afternoon, and welcome to the July 29th, 2025 regular meeting of the Santa Barbara City Council. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was one of the more melodic pledges I've heard in a while. Thank you very much to our flower people out there. Appreciate that. Mr. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Harmon?
Here.
Councilmember Santa Maria?
Here.
Councilmember Sneddon?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Friedman?
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez?
Present.
Councilmember Jordan?
Here.
And Mayor Rouse.
Here. And you have a ceremonial item to read?
Yes. Item 1, Old Spanish Days Week 2025.
Mr. President. Old Spanish Days Week, July 30th through August 3rd, 2025. Whereas 2025 marks the 101st anniversary of Old Spanish Days Fiesta in Santa Barbara, and whereas this annual 5-day celebration of Santa Barbara's historical origins honors the Spanish, Mexican, and Chumash cultures that are integral to the very fabric of our community, and whereas the very first fiesta was held in 1924, and many of the same elements are still enjoyed today, including parades, educational presentations, delicious food and drink, lively music, and impressive dance performances. And whereas thousands of visitors flock to Santa Barbara each year to experience this unique celebration of culture, arts, history, and community, and whereas many area nonprofits, businesses, and community groups benefit from the boost to the local economy during Fiesta, and whereas this beloved local event has continued to thrive and grow for more than a century due to the dedication of all current and former presidentes and presidentas, board members, volunteers, performers, and participants, and whereas the city of Santa Barbara is proud to continue its long-standing support of Old Spanish Days and welcomes residents and visitors alike to join us in Fiesta revelry. Now therefore I, Randy Rouse, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Santa Barbara, do hereby proclaim July 30th through August 3rd, 2025 as Old Spanish Days Week in Santa Barbara, and Viva la Fiesta, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mayor Rouse. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Old Spanish Days, I want to thank you so much for this. It means a lot. The city has given us so much. The Department of Parks and Recreation, the Police Department, the Fire Department have given countless hours and will continue to do so through this next week. And for that, we are very grateful. We are also grateful for the financial contribution of the city to continue this historic celebration of history. It is my pleasure now to give you a Fiesta poster for 2025. Signed by me.
Thank you, Senor Presidente. And this, by the way, this comes from a photograph, original photograph of Fritz's, and it's pretty special. So thank you so much. And I'm sorry I couldn't have bid on it the other. It was a little out of my price range, but these things were very valuable. Only 10 of them made. So thanks once again, Mr. President. Cheers. Viva la Fiesta.
And now our Los Niños de los Flores would like to present some flowers, if they may enter.
Definitely one of the highlights of Fiesta right now. Thank you very much. Thank you. And for all of you who didn't get to go to the Los Flores del Niños celebration at the Stowehouse, I did, and it was really fabulous. A lot of these people put in a lot of time and a lot of effort in their dance routines, and they've done it for years and years and years, and in some cases, many generations of families have participated as flower people, as well as going on into the Spirit and Junior Spirit program. So thank you very much, and this is a great symbol of Fiesta.
Okay, thank you again, and capture the spirit, and viva la fiesta.
Viva la Fiesta. Ms. McAdoo, are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, Mayor, we had 2 changes to the consent calendar. Item 9, which is the advisory group guidelines update, we need to pull that and move it to a later agenda. There's some additional edits that need to be made to that. And then also, we wanted to continue item 17 until August 5th. That is the sole source vendor for airport mosquito control services. We received a letter, public comment letter, that we need a little more time to review and make some changes to address comments in the staff report.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to ask, are there any items on the agenda that any council member needs to pull for discussion or separate vote? Very good. I do have a public comment on item 13, but Mr. Clerk, I think you need to read a few items in first, right?
I have a few. Item 3, subject amending Chapter 22.70 of the Municipal Code regarding sign regulations, ordinance adoption. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only an ordinance of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara amending the Municipal Code by amending Chapter 22.70 pertaining to sign regulations. Item 4, lease agreement between City of Santa Barbara and Dean, ordinance introduction and agreement. Recommendation that council introduce and subsequently adopt by reading of title only an ordinance of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara approving and authorizing the airport director to execute lease agreement number 202502 with Jennifer Shively, a sole proprietorship operating under the name Dean, located at 6100 Hollister Ave, Building 1, Unit B, commencing upon the effective date of the enabling ordinance. Item 5, subject adoption of resolution updating the city's record retention policy and procedures. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara adopting the City of Santa Barbara's records management policies and procedures manual to adopt updated policies and procedures for all city departments and rescinding resolution numbers 16-005, 21-028, and 23-155. Item 7, subject annual assessments for Downtown Community Benefit Improvement District and Coast Village Community Benefit Improvement District. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara requesting the Board of Supervisors of Santa Barbara County to include the Downtown Community Benefit Improvement District Special Assessment on the 2025 to 2026 parcel tax roll. And adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara requesting the Board of Supervisors of Santa Barbara County to include the Coast Village Community Benefit Improvement District Special Assessment on the 2025-2026 parcel tax roll. Item 8, subject authorize a memorandum of understanding with the Santa Barbara County Association of Governments for the Santa Barbara East Side Active Transportation Improvements Project. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara amending resolution number 25-066, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2026 to appropriate funds for the pre-construction phases of the Santa Barbara East Side Active Transportation Improvements Project. Item 9, subject California State Coastal Conservancy grant $240,000 for the Chumash Cultural Project at Ambassador Park. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara authorizing the Parks and Recreation Director to enter into a grant agreement between the city and the California State Coastal Conservancy for the Chumash Cultural Project at Ambassador Park. And adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara amending resolution number 25-066, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2026 to increase revenue and expenditure appropriation by $240,000 in the Parks and Recreation Department fiscal year 2026 miscellaneous grants fund for the Chumash Cultural Project at Ambassador Park. Item 10, subject resolution approving the 2025 to 2027 Santa Barbara Firefighters Association Bargaining Unit Memorandum of Understanding and amendment of resolution number 25-071, the position and salary controlled resolution for fiscal year 2026. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara adopting the 2025 to 2027 Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Santa Barbara and the Santa Barbara Firefighters Association, and adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara amending resolution number 25-071, the position and salary control resolution for fiscal year 2026, affecting classifications in the Firefighters Association effective July 12th, 2025. Item 16, subject memorandum of understanding with Eucalyptus Hill Improvement Association for installation of driver speed feedback signs. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only a resolution of the Council of the City of Santa Barbara amending resolution number 25-066, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2026 to appropriate funds for driver speed feedback signs on Alston Road.
All right, very good. I do have a request to speak on item 13. Would you read that into the records, please?
Yes, item 13, subject best interest waiver and agreement for custodial services with Downtown Santa Barbara Improvement Association.
All right, very good. And are the speaker requests online for the consent calendar?
No speakers online, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, very good. Just a moment, Ms. Angelina. We'll come to your thing. We can do that later on now. So I'll let you know. Okay, and with that, can I get a motion for the consent calendar without item 6, which has been removed, without, let's see, what was the other one? Well, item 13, and then item 17 as well, which is going to be continued. So absent those items, can I get a motion for the balance of the consent calendar? So moved. Moved by Friedman. Second by Gutierrez.
The other Mr. Gutierrez.
Was that?
Jordan. The other Mr.
Yeah, whatever. You're both wearing white shirts.
Same shirt.
Same shirt. Yeah, I thought you guys were. Any case, may we have the vote, please?
I have a motion from Councilmember Friedman, seconded by Councilmember Jordan to move the balance of the consent calendar minus items 6, 13, and 17. Go ahead and vote, please.
Passed unanimously. And then we need to open up the hearing for the consent public hearing to item 23. Would you read that into the consent record, please?
Yes, item 23, subject Prohousing designation program application. Recommendation that council receive and accept public comments on the city's draft application to the State of California Prohousing designation program.
All right, very good. May I have do we have any speakers on this item?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. May I have a motion on item 23?
Move 23.
Move 23 by Friedman. Second 23 by Harmon. Okay, may I have the vote, please?
I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Friedman, seconded by Councilmember Harmon to move the recommendation as made by staff. Go ahead and vote, please.
Passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Can I get a report from the Ordinance Committee, please, Madam Chair?
Thank you, Mayor Rouse. We had 2 items. We heard about amendments to Title 30 to add an adaptive reuse ordinance. That was voted on 2-1 to forward on to council for consideration. And then we also heard an introduction of ordinance for water metering for adaptive reuse projects, and that was forwarded on to council unanimously.
All right, very good. And with that, we will move on to general public comment. But before that, I have an announcement. And the announcement is this: we're going to hold a special meeting on Thursday, July 31st. And that meeting will begin at 11:30 a.m. And that will be to discuss the items that we discussed at our special meeting that was held before. So, with that, we'll move on to our public comment, which will be start out with Craig Griffith, and this is going to be for 3 minutes at the podium on any item that is not on today's agenda, but is within the purview of this body. Follow Mr. Griffith would be Martine White.
Yes, well, there will be 4 speakers, none of us going over 2 minutes.
That works for me.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Glad to see you all again, back from your vacations. I hope you got rested. You have seen me before, but now I brought some muscle with me. And foremost among them is this lady who prompted us to start a tenants association to pursue our interests. She's the chief enforcer of the mob, and Sama Osborne. Sama.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hello, and thank you all for listening to us. I'm an 89-year-old woman, and 75 years ago this month, I was a former Army brat, and my parents moved me here so I could experience my first fiesta and no more moving. Hooray! I knew I'd get to stay. So, and I was among the first freshman class, 1954, to go to what is now UCSB at its new home, a former Marine base. And both of my children were born here at St. Francis Hospital, but because of the housing market, they had to move away. And I loved working downtown at the Santa Barbara Public Library. It was a wonderful place to work. And I was able to live and walk downtown, and I did other work where I was able to live and walk downtown. And when I retired, I continued contributing as a volunteer, first at Peabody Charter School, then at the Adult Daycare Friendship Center, and then at the Braille Institute. And I was a courthouse docent as well. And then, for over 20 years, I have gone to the Louise Lowry Davis Center as part of a group of knitters and crocheters who provide items for the Unity Shop. And to prolong my independence, I moved from a second-story apartment, a housing authority apartment, on east of Milpas, right to the heart of downtown, to the Battistone complex, to a ground floor apartment. And I was very grateful to my parents for moving me here to Santa Barbara, this wonderful town that I've been pleased to call home for the majority of my life. And I hope that I will be able to continue to live out my final years in the apartment of the Battistone Edgerly complex. And I hope that if there's anybody listening here who wants to help that process, we would be love to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
And our next speaker, so you guys have lined up. Can you identify yourself so I can put the slip with your name, please?
Corrine Anderson.
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me all right? Hi, I am Corrine Anderson. I wish to raise awareness today regarding the Battistone proposed sale and the effect it has on nearly 200 low-income seniors living there, which includes us. I've been a proud resident of Santa Barbara for 30 years. I am a teacher. I taught fourth grade for 20 years at Monroe Elementary in Santa Barbara. Go Mustangs. And I am one of the nearly 200 low-income residents, seniors, that are living there at the Battistone now. Who are we? We have lived and worked in Santa Barbara many years, and we have helped to shape this city into the vibrant city and community it is today. Now, as seniors, we've hoped to live out our golden years at Battistone. We first heard about the sale of Battistone January of this year, 6 months ago. Where will we go? We started to wonder. There are 0 vacancies. The apartments that are available are now so high priced, it's virtually impossible for us to afford, and there's no vacancies. Most of us live on Social Security, and we have no family or nobody nearby to go and help us. And on top, Santa Barbara is an increasingly aging community itself. A new study was published just this month in 2025, shows that 1 in 4 residents will be 60 in 5 years. That's in 2030. That's in Santa Barbara County. We have a lack of senior housing. If we must leave Battistone, we're going to have to leave Santa Barbara County. That is putting our well-being at risk. If forced to move out of Santa Barbara, we're going to feel, I already anticipate, displaced, leads to loneliness and isolation. We'll be separated from our friends, from our community, our neighbors, our social and medical services, and our familiar surroundings. Yes, I am concerned for my future. And even more so, I am very concerned about my beloved senior neighbors, ages 62 to 96, who live at Battistone. Is that my timer?
That's your time, ma'am,
Okay.
yes. Thank you. Martine?
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
nice to see all of you. I'm Martine White. I know most of you, and you may recall I was County Film Commissioner for 8 years, working with Mayor Bloom and Susan Rose, Salud Carbajal, and that little movie called Sideways. I now work for my alma mater, UCSB, great benefits, great pension, but my starting salary was $44,000 a year, which doesn't go far in this town. And I was lucky to find an affordable apartment at Battistone. So I'm doing okay, but I'm taking time off today because this is critical, and I'm here for the future retirees as well as those who can't come because they're disabled or they're too old to come with us. As she said, many barely make it on Social Security and have no family. Who will find temporary housing for them? Who will pay for it? Who helps them to move? Who pays moving and storage costs? Are they guaranteed housing when the renovations are done? And don't forget, the housing lists are closed, the affordable housing lists. Our goals are the following: raise awareness so that angel investors learn of our predicament, meet with nonprofits and city organizations who advise us how to move forward, how to strategize, and find a nonprofit to manage angel investors and create a mutual housing association that protects us. We hoped it would be Santa Barbara Foundation, but we just learned that they will be issuing the vouchers after the sale for rent, so they may not be able to represent us. So which nonprofit can help us? And what about city public housing? Can you buy us? So please help us. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, very good. Do you have more to say, Craig? Or?
Yes, I've still got, I don't know, a minute and 30 seconds or so.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What Martine was saying is that, yes, we do need an angel. And maybe someone that you know through some agency can amalgamate smaller benefactors and form some robust beneficial machine. I don't know. But I do know that we're very concerned about our living. We have 3 possibilities: to be purchased by a nonprofit, by the city or county, or by a for-profit. Ideally, we would all like to stay with Battistone because they're the best, really are. They're first rate. But that's not going to happen, apparently. We are all also familiar with the city. Most of us have been in city housing or know people who have. We know the county, so we're familiar with that. So nonprofit, city, county. What we want to avoid is being purchased by a for-profit. We can only speculate what would happen, but it's possible that we would be subjected to rent increases every year. 10%, 7 years, the rent's doubled. And we would be out long before that rent has doubled. Long before. We'd be in the wind. It would be like a legal eviction. So we ask you to go for our first two options, would you? You have no say in it, but you know people who do. Okay, now, you have in front of you a sheet that says our statement on it, who we are, and at the bottom, there's a list of emails. One question here, what is low income? What constitutes low income and what constitutes, low income, high income? In the Santa Barbara County Civil Grand Jury said that you're low income if you make $99,800.
We're pretty familiar with this one, but you are out of time, so. but-
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you're
thank
right.
you.
I'm getting carried away.
Yeah. Thank you. Sue Burke.
I am Sue Burke, the president of Eucalyptus Hill Improvement Association, and my board and I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Mayor Randy Rouse for connecting us with City Administrator Kelly McAdoo. And thanks to Kelly's efforts.
I just want to interrupt on this one. We've already acted on that agreement, I believe. It's the.
Yeah, technically, we're not supposed to.
It's just,
Talk
I
about it
was
again?
thanking you. That's,
I don't mean to cut you off, but, technically,
sorry.
we've already taken action on that matter.
I know. I didn't know if you were going to do it before or after, so I just wanted to, just thank.
Okay.
So should I? Okay. So thanks to Kelly's efforts, she was able to arrange a productive meeting with representatives from our board, Santa Barbara City Fire, Santa Barbara City Streets, Santa Barbara City Police Department, and together we collaborated to address the speeding issue on Alston Road. And as a result of the joint effort, along with the help of Derek Bailey, supervising transportation engineer, it was agreed that our association would enter into a contract with the city.
And Ms. Burke, we really do appreciate the appreciation, but I'm getting the look from my attorney, so we.
Okay.
have to
So
cut this
I
off.
just want to thank City Council
Thank
for
you.
supporting us on this effort.
Appreciation received. and
Okay.
for
Thank
doing
you.
that. Michael Montenegro.
Hello, happy Tuesday. Hello, City Council and Mayor. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to share public comment. Of course, I could talk about a lot of things regarding our community with social climate and et cetera, but today I want to take this opportunity to talk about my 10th annual Santa Barbara Mural Bike Ride. But before I talk about this fantastic free and family-friendly event where we take a tour around town, visiting different murals to learn about our community heritage and to foster community pride. Before I go more about that, I just want to share a little bit about myself. I am the founder of Chicano Culture SB, where we have the mission to empower youth and foster community heritage. This is a personal passion project of me. No one pays me. I do this for my own love because I love Santa Barbara. I see myself as a fellow civic servant, just like y'all. And with this, I'm fortunate that I was able to get support through organizations like Santa Barbara Historical Museum. I just came back from a talk from the Presidio with the UCSB Humanities, where I talk about Fiesta from a Chicano perspective. And I'm grateful also for my church, Ocean Hills, for being so supportive with my goals and desires and dreams. And also, I just want to be grateful that through my work, I've been published in LA Times, Santa Barbara Magazine, nominated as Local Hero in 2024 in The Independent, and countless other publications. Just Google me. With that said, I want to ask for y'all's support for the Santa Barbara Mural Bike Ride because thankfully, as a community organizer, I've worked with nonprofits like MOVE, the Santa Barbara Historical Museum, other organizations, Santa Barbara City College, and so on. So my thing is that with this 10th annual Santa Barbara Mural Bike Ride, I hope to gather some level of support in any capacity that the city can, because what I'm doing is for the well-being, not only for civic heritage, for our locals, as well as for our college students, as well as our tourism. So my type of work hits so many plates, so many areas that is of high caliber. And again, I do this for the love of our community. So with that said, I would like to invite y'all, some of y'all have attended my event in past years, to the 10th annual Santa Barbara Mural Bike Ride, which is happening on Saturday, November 1st. And if y'all are interested more, I'd be more than honored to tell you about my years of service of our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
B. Corcoran.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council and City staff. My name is B. Corkery. I've been a resident of Mesa for 28 years, and my message today is not concerning the Cliff Drive environmental project, which is later on your agenda. This is about the Cliff Drive project, and my words are speed kills. Speed kills. We've been to so many of the community meetings, and the residents who have been there longer than I have been begging to please slow down the traffic on Cliff Drive. I worked for the federal government for 25 years, and I know it is possible, jokes aside, I'm from the federal government here to help you, that we did work often to try to have partnerships with private sector and with communities to get the work done. And that's what we're asking to do. We've asked for radar cops and told we have no budget. We've asked for surveillance cameras for speed, told there's no budget. We've asked for slow-down speed signs, told those don't work. And we asked many times just to get it slowed down, and we've been told year after year that there's a California law that you can't change the speed. Well, that's changed with AB 43, and Colita has gone ahead and moved ahead and slowed down their traffic. All I ask is that consideration that we do that or find some other way, because this project, while it's great and it's going forward, is still a couple years down the road. And all you have to have is one more person hurt or killed, and it would be short-sighted. So I'd like to say, could you please have some partnership more with the community who comes to these community meetings in the hundreds to say, please slow down. As I said, speed kills. Thank you.
Thank you. Natasha Todorovic.
Something disturbing happened yesterday. I got a notice, public hearing at the ABR, and this public hearing became an ABR consent calendar item. A 4-story development at 915 East Montecito Street was improperly moved forward, without a proper vote, without a quorum, without a public hearing, with no recording of this action. It was like in the dark room, and nobody expected us to be there. Only 2 ABR members were present, and they were visibly confused by staff guidance that was both misleading and legally incorrect. They were told that they represented the entire board. They were told what to say, and they were told they weren't voting, but they were voting. Staff claimed that this project was entitled to an SB 35 streamlining, but this site lies in a FEMA designated flood zone, a mapped liquefaction hazard area, and under state law, SB 35 is not available in a flood hazard zone. And the claim of ministerial approval is invalid. Additionally, the PDA was approved with no charter require compatibility findings. There were no story polls. There was no opportunity for meaningful public input. This is a clear violation of Santa Barbara City Charter Section 814, which requires new development to reflect our city's architectural character, scale, and environmental conditions. So let me be clear. The use of the consent calendar for a project of this size in a hazard zone without public deliberation is a breach of the public trust. This isn't streamlining, this is sidestepping our charter, our design boards, and our community. And we were told erroneously yet again that it was not appealable, reminiscent of other projects. So I am requesting that this council immediately revoke the action taken on 915 East Montecito Street and require a full public hearing before the full ABR. That they direct staff, you direct staff, to correct their interpretation of SB 35. Projects in flood zones do not qualify. And ensure that the ABR understands that the story polls we fought so hard for are for the public, not just the board. And they have to be required for projects of this size and scale. And to be clear, we're not anti-housing. We're pro-process, pro-safety, pro-charter. Please look into the breach of process and public trust.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes. Is there anybody online for public comment, general public comment?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, very good. Then we'll move back to our consent comment from Robin Elander. And this is on item 13.
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Robin Elander, and I'm the Executive Director for the Downtown Santa Barbara Improvement Association. I want to take a moment to express my appreciation for the contract that is on consent agenda that entrusts the DSBIA with the stewardship of maintaining a clean and welcoming downtown. I'm excited to share that enhanced janitorial, pressure washing, and landscape services next month will begin with the goal of raising the standard of care across the downtown district, State Street, as well as side streets, Anacapa and Chapala streets. On behalf of the DSBIA, we are proud to begin delivering on this responsibility in September and hope to make our downtown community as well as our greater community proud of those efforts as well. In addition, as part of this effort, we are piloting a vacant window beautification program, as well as rebranding the district with a new logo, a new website, and actively exploring a more accessible and collaborative office space to better serve our downtown stakeholders. We are also looking at ways to further improve the downtown experience, including additional lighting, as well as enhancements to privately owned paseos to make our shared spaces more inviting, safe, and walkable throughout the day and into the evening. Please save the date for our annual meeting and mixer on Thursday, September 25th, where we'll introduce our new board, share our goals, and celebrate the progress we're making together. All of our board and committee meetings are open to the public, and details can be found on our website at downtownsb.org. Thank you, council, city staff, and our greater community for your continued partnership and support. Thanks.
Thank you. And with that, we'll have to now vote on item 13, which was pulled from consent calendar. May I have a motion on item 13? Moved by Friedman. Second by Harmon.
Okay, I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Friedman, seconded by Councilmember Harmon, to approve the recommendation as made by staff. Go ahead and vote, please.
Passed unanimously. Thank you very much. And we will move on to the next item. If you read that in the agenda, please.
Yes, item 24, subject renewal of levy for fiscal year 2026 for the Wildland Fire Suppression Assessment District. Recommendation that council adopt by reading of title only, a resolution of the council of the city of Santa Barbara declaring its intention to continue vegetation road clearance, implementation of a defensible space inspection and assistance program, and implementation of a vegetation management program within the foothill and extreme foothill zones, declaring the work to be of more than general or ordinary benefit and describing the district to be assessed to pay the costs and expenses thereof, approving the updated engineer's report, confirming diagram and assessment, and ordering continuation of the Wildland Fire Suppression Assessment District for fiscal year 2026.
Thank you. And with that, are there any public commenters on this item?
No, Mr. Mayor.
No presentation. Are there any comments from council members? Outside of perhaps a motion, Ms. Sneddon.
Thank you, Mayor Rouse. I'll just make the comment that I think this is such an incredibly valuable program, and it's so efficiently carried out. And I think, as we've discussed before, I think people would be willing to even do more. So I think that's something, just want to reiterate that, and with gratitude for all the coordinated efforts there. And I know it makes a really big difference in the neighborhood, so thank you.
Yeah, with that even, I did draft a letter to Commissioner Ricardo Lara regarding interceding on behalf of all the homeowners that have done their due diligence and have done programs like this to try to work with underwriters to get, and I know he's got a program going already, but I really wanted to get to expedite that because there are a lot of folks who are joining these kind of organizations and are doing the hardening of their homes, and they deserve some kudos, recognition, and a little bit of rewarding by being able to even buy insurance, let alone affordable insurance. So with that, if there are no further comments, I'll entertain a motion on the item.
Second.
Okay, move and second, Friedman. May we have the vote, please, Mr. Clerk?
Yes, I have a motion from Councilmember Sneddon, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Friedman, to approve the recommendation as made by staff. Go ahead and vote, please.
Pass unanimously. Thank you very much. And with that, move on to Councilmember Committee Assignment Reports. Anybody? And I will take Ms. Sneddon.
Thank you, Mayor Rouse. I attended a Kachuma Operation and Management Board meeting yesterday, and we're not looking to have to use the emergency pumping or barge for at least until next summer, so that's always good news. I hosted a geology walk and talk for the Riviera Association, and I also attended an 805 UndocuFund community training.
Very good. Mr. Friedman.
Thank you. I attended the SBCAG 101 presentation for the last stage. And thanks to all those who made it happen for the 101 widening at the beautiful Library Plaza. Also attended Beacon at our regularly scheduled meeting, and we had presentations from the directors of each of the 3 harbors within the region of Mike Wiltshire, our own waterfront director, as well as Ventura and Channel Islands. And the big issue is that of the 3 harbors, ours is the only one that does not have funding for dredging in the upcoming cycle, even though we are by far the least expensive of the 3 by a significant factor. So that is ongoing on how to secure the money for the federal dredging. Attended the Democratic Women had an event with Senator Cory Booker, and attended that, and thank you for Senator Booker for coming to Santa Barbara, a very inspirational speech. Attended the Campanile Hill Homeowners Association annual meeting where I was there to discuss the wildfire benefit assessment district that's coming up for a vote in that community. Thanks to all my colleagues and Mike Jordan for spearheading that, and the council for supporting the funding to make that happen this year. And it goes in line with the item we just approved in terms of making our communities more wildfire resilient. A lot of great questions there. And I want to thank our fire department chief, Males and DeJulio, for prepping me on that. And I attended Central Coast Water Authority. And then the last 2 was Danny's Barbershop. The Hispanic Chamber of Commerce had a ribbon cutting for Danny's Barbershop, which is under new ownership from Francisco. He was the new owner, local there, and Danny's is an institution going back to the 1960s. So it's great to have a local guy that is continuing that legacy at Danny's. And then also went and met with St. Vincent's. They gave me an update on some of the affordable housing work they're doing. One is they're going to be building a day center to move the Father Virgil Cordano Center over to the property that they have over at the end of State and out there by the storage units. And they're going to be, in addition to the new day center, they are going to be moving forward with 66 affordable housing units. 17 of those will have permanent supportive services, and then the other 49 or so are going to be studios. And that project is in the county, but it's right on the border of the city. So that will be some changes up in that portion of the city, and that project is going through permitting and expected to go to construction and hopefully be online by 2027.
Mr. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Attended a lot of things. I just want to highlight a few. One would be the 4th of July celebrations. Really great turnout at the beach for that, and I led the Pledge of Allegiance, which was fun. There was also the Rotary Club Dolphin Relay Race fundraiser, which was a really great event, really fun as well. And also, I attended the Youth Safety Task Force meeting and went over what a lot of different organizations are doing to make sure that our safety, or our youth, are being safe. And then also, I just want to encourage everybody. I know that these are troubling times, but you know, we have a long history of going through troubling times and making sure that we celebrate. One of our main priorities as elected officials is to make sure that we do what we can to make sure that the city budget is properly funded. And one of the major tax revenues for our community is tourism. And in order to increase tourism, we have celebrations like Old Spanish Days. As problematic as it is, we all acknowledge that and we condone the negativity of it. It's a reality that we need to do things to keep the city running, and having festivals like this is one of them. So I encourage the community to not give the, I don't know, lack of a better way of saying it, the haters the benefit of making us live in fear. Come out and celebrate where you live, and yeah, thank you.
All right, further comments? Just convene a meeting with 3 members of Public Works and a bunch of the stakeholders around the Gutierrez, Palm, and Rose Avenue areas that tend to get a little submerged during stormwater activity time. And we had a great meeting. Staff was fabulous in pointing out the things that we have done with some FEMA money around the area to try to improve the project. And we have a set of protocols we're working on so that when the next storm system comes up, they're a little more prepared and hopefully cause some, or be able to preserve those properties in a more dry state than before. And with that, if there are no other comments from council, we stand adjourned. Thank you very much. Viva la fiesta.